gonna get the views right there. That's gonna get the views. Hey, that's gonna have me hyped on the way home, boy.
Let's talk about MVS's recent interview with Jim Rome, Orlando Brown Jr. and his contract negotiations, and an awesome gesture from Justin Reid to a Chiefs fan. But first, how about those?
Chiefs. I am the Chiefs. How about those Chiefs?
Like and subscribe.
What's up, guys? My name is Cole, and I do daily news about the Chiefs and the NFL overall. So hey, sub if you're new, hit that like button if you want to see me do a freaking backflip, and let's get into this news. All right, so back on April 10th of this year, an artist from Springfield, Missouri named Corey Jones. Corey Jones. Anyway, he is a man who is known for painting portraits of Chiefs players and goes by the nickname the artist Chief. Well, he painted a 20 by 24 inch canvas of our new safety, Justin Reid, and tweeted out a photo of it, tagging Reid and saying, "I hope you like it, and I'd love to get it to you." To which Justin Reid actually responded saying, "Man, this is awesome. Really great work. I'd be happy to compensate you or trade you some signed memorabilia, my guy." Well, just yesterday, it looks like the meeting actually took place. Corey tweeted out, "Justin Reid is absolutely the best. Happy tears. Thank you so much. The Chiefs organization should be very proud of him." Apparently, Justin Reid drove 90 minutes. I'm assuming he actually drove to Springfield, where Corey and his son live, but he drove 90 minutes to see Corey and his son and give him that signed jersey and signed a few other things for him. But I will note this, it was the first Chiefs jersey that Justin Reid has signed. So that is awesome. Justin Reid said it was an absolute pleasure to meet you and your son. Keep up the great work, bro. To which Corey responded saying, "I am forever grateful, and my son will look back years from now and will 100% treasure this moment. I can't thank you enough, Justin." So yeah, this story is freaking awesome. You absolutely love to see stuff like this. I thought it was pretty cool that Justin would drive all the way out to them to make this happen, and even cooler, more cool, that this was his first signed Chiefs jersey. So make sure to follow Corey on Twitter if you haven't already. He does some pretty awesome work, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this one because it sure did bring a smile to my face, that's for sure. And then after taking a look at the Chiefs' schedule for this upcoming season, I mentioned that they have several games that could be flexed to Sunday Night Football. Well, I think there's about 3 or 4 games that are likely or very possible to get flexed. So I want to talk about those real quickly here. The first game I think that has a chance of getting flexed is week 7 against the 49ers. The last time they played each other was in the Super Bowl, to which the Chiefs won, and overall the series between the two teams in history is 7 each. So this is a tiebreaker game for what that is worth. The next game with a serious chance of getting flexed, in my opinion, is week 12 against the Rams. The Rams. I don't know why I said that. Do you guys remember the last time these two teams played? The final score was 54-51 and was the highest scoring contest in Monday Night Football history. It's the only game ever where both teams scored at least 50 points, largely helped by the fact that Goff and Patrick Mahomes combined for 925 yards and 11 TDs. Basically what happened was the defense stayed on the bench on the sidelines playing duck, duck, goose the entire game, allowing the offenses to do as they pleased. So yeah, this one was a very high chance, or has a very high chance in my opinion, of getting flexed. The next game that has a high potential is actually the very next week, week 13 against the Bengals. Some people say Bengals, but it's Bengals. Get it right. Who wouldn't want to watch two of the best teams in the AFC go at it? Obviously, the Chiefs lost both games last year, where ironically, they were up by 11 each game at halftime and ended up losing both games by 3 points. So this is a revenge game for Mahomes and company and should definitely be a great one. So yeah, I'm not sure all 3 of these games will get flexed, but they definitely have a chance of getting flexed in my opinion. And I know many of you were confused, as was I, as to why the Bills and the Chiefs game in week 6 is not a primetime game. After all, it may have been the greatest football game in the league's history, and you may be even more confused as to why I did not list it just now as a potential game to get flexed to Sunday Night Football. Well, that's because networks are allowed to protect one game from being flexible, and I would almost bet my entire life savings that CBS is locking that one in. The reason why is if the game gets flexed to Sunday Night Football, NBC would get the airtime, and that Bills versus Chiefs game is going to draw so many eyes that CBS is not going to want to give that one up. Let me tell you what game are you looking forward to the most next season? What game do you think is going to get flexed? Let me know. And then PFF recently released an article ranking offensive tackles, and Orlando Brown Jr. is an offensive tackle, so he was obviously on this list. The article puts tackles in groupings as follows: elite, very good starters, and solid starters. And I'm not going to lie, I kept searching the list wondering where Orlando Brown Jr. was going to land. I knew he wouldn't be in like the top 10 or 15, but I did not fully expect him to be on the back half of this list. I mean, let's be honest. We know he's had his ups and downs on the team so far, but out of the 32 tackles on the list, PFF ranks him as 23rd and classify him not as an elite tackle, not as a very good tackle, but just a good tackle. Technically a good starter, and they had this to say about him. Brown's success in pass protection with the Ravens came with the caveat that defenses have to alter how they rush the passer against Lamar Jackson, as pass rushers are often tasked with containing Jackson rather than flushing him from the pocket. Yeah, because he makes them look foolish when they do that. Brown had to make adjustments in KC after some early season struggles, notably in week 1 against Myles Garrett, where he got owned. But he settled in as the season progressed. The 6'8", 345 tackle out of Oklahoma finished the year with a 74.4 PFF pass blocking grade. Say that 5 times fast. The lowest of his career, but still a respectable mark. He projects as a good, not great starter for Kansas City, which makes the upcoming contract negotiation between the two sides an interesting one to follow. So yes, the reason why I bring this up is for that last sentence. I understand the importance of protecting Mahomes' blind side, so they need someone solid there, which I do think Orlando Brown Jr. is solid at the very least. He's not lights out, but I think he still has room to improve and get even better. But with that being said, I pray to God Almighty that they do not pay this man as a top 5 tackle in the league. You can't get paid top 5 money when you are a bottom half tackle in the league. But I would still not be surprised if he was paid top 10 money. I'm going to be honest, guys, because of his potential talent ceiling increasing or having the possibility of increasing. That's probably going to play a factor in negotiations. And after all, everybody wants the same thing: money. But what do you guys think here about Orlando Brown Jr. and his contract? Is he worth that much money? What do you think the Chiefs are going to do? What are we going to pay this man? Hopefully it's not top 5, guys, or I will cry myself to sleep for at least 6 weeks. Just kidding, obviously, but we will see what happens there, and I will let y'all know. And then Marquez Valdes-Scantling was recently interviewed on the Jim Rome show, and MVS is excited to be here in KC to showcase his ability and to take things to the next level. He says, "I'm in a good home now," which is pretty cool to hear. He explained his decision to go and play for KC, saying he wanted the opportunity to go out and be a good playmaker, and having a great QB like Mahomes, who will be around for a long time, also played a factor into his decision. He also mentioned how great Coach Reid and EB are as coaches, and the Chiefs' recent dominance and championship appearances, whether that's for the conference or the Super Bowl, helped with his decision to join the Chiefs as well. Well, I mean, of course, how good the Chiefs have been have to weigh into everyone's decision who chooses to come to KC, right? Who wouldn't want a shot to play for Mahomes and Andy Reid and take a serious shot at winning a Super Bowl? I had a comment on a video recently that said, "You Chiefs fans are just like Patriots fans used to be." Then said person mentioned the Chiefs weren't even winning the division this year. I mean, first off, I'm not 100% sure the Chiefs will win the division, even though they've won it 6 years in a row. I mean, kids who are graduating high school this year have only known the Chiefs winning since they've been in like 6th grade, since Obama was still president, and before my almost 6-year-old daughter was even born. Anyway, I do think they have a shot at winning the division, but I remain even more confident that they will still find a way to make the playoffs, even if they for some reason are unable to win the division. To go further down this Alice in Wonderland rabbit hole that I'm already on, the Patriots obviously were able to win when it truly mattered, yes, so I give them much credit for that. But during the regular season, they basically had 6 automatic wins from their divisional opponents every year for 20 freaking years. They were aided by these teams being so bad that literally the Pee Wee football team down the street could quite possibly beat them. The Jets, the Dolphins, and the Buffalo Bills. Absolute trash cans. But the Bills are good now. I'm just saying in the past. So if being a Chiefs fan now and taking a look at their schedule, being realistic about the team's talent and success makes me akin to a Patriots fan back in the Tom Brady dynasty, then okay, I suppose, buddy. I can't help that the Chiefs are great and players like MVS want to come here and compete for championships, and the Chiefs keep winning. Nothing I can do about that. Anyway, back to the interview. MVS is proud about securing a second contract here in the NFL and gives God all the glory, especially when he looks back at when he was cut from the football team his freshman year of high school. He was actually ready to quit and just focus on the other sport that he was playing, which was chess. No, it was baseball. But his dad
sat me down in the hallway of my house and crying like, no, I don't want to play anymore. Like, I'm done with this. And he just kind of said, use that same anger and use it as motivation. And that kind of just flipped it around and took football to the next step for me.
So this is why he's so grateful to be where he's at. He loves the game, he loves to win, and he is looking forward to playing against former teammate Davante Adams twice a year now as well. They've become close friends over the years, and he said he's excited to be able to see him in spite of them now playing on opposing teams. This interview happened to be the evening of the schedule release, just prior to the schedule release coming out, in fact, and MBS said when he looks at the schedules, he's going to first look at how many cold games they will be playing in, because playing in Green Bay was freaking frosty, to put it lightly. And then he knows KC will be pretty cold as well here in the Midwest. So he always looks at the back half of the schedules and sees who they will be playing from like warmer climates and stuff like that, because he knows that affects them and all that good stuff. He then sneezed and blessed himself.
The two worst areas to bless me to play in.
No, bless you, dude.
Thank you. But obviously, cold is cold. So,
dude, Jim Rome is laughing under his breath about that one. Homie MVS just blessed himself upon sneezing. I love this man, and I'm excited to see him there on the grass that he likes so much at Arrowhead, which was also a factor of why he joined the Chiefs. He said that in a previous interview. From here, let's look at some of my favorite comments from yesterday's video. Bob Hartley says 20-0, but I say how about 20-0? James Davis says, hey Cole, great beard, but mine is definitely better. To which I simply say, in your wildest dreams, buddy. Gregory Hester says, Mr. Cole, hands down, you have the best channel on YouTube about the Chiefs. I watch many, and I have to say you are the most accurate. Thanks for the content. Keep up the great work. How about those Chiefs? Man, thanks so much for the compliment. I definitely am not the smartest guy in the room regarding the Chiefs. I will be the first to admit that. I think the guys from KCSN or RGR could literally talk circles around me, but my goal with this channel is to provide as much value as possible in a short and concise and entertaining manner, and I've had a blast doing it so far. And to be clear, not everyone likes my humor or finds me entertaining, but I definitely try. My humor is not for everybody. Phil E says, if the Bills are upset about KC getting McDuffie, they should take a few deep breaths and count to 13. And I won't lie, I looked at this for a moment and I was like, why would they count to 13? Then it hit me. And I was like, you little savage, Philly. Phil E, my question to you is your last name Cheesesteak? Phil E Cheesesteak? Let me know. Daniel Alexander said, Cole, that bit with the baby girl was awesome, man. Funny, but it shows that you are actually human and a real family guy instead of a super alien who makes the best Chiefs news vids that we all thought you were. I think it's safe for me to speak for everyone here when I say we love you, brother. Keep lighting it up with the vids and go Chiefs. I'm sorry to disappoint you all, first off, that I am not a bearded, bald, ginger alien who never sleeps to make these videos for you all every single day. I am just a dude from KC, married, and have 2 kids, and happen to love the Chiefs. But yeah, man, she scared me pretty bad there. I will not lie. She snuck up, and I just saw someone in my peripheral. And if you guys have ever seen the movie The Ring from back in the day, where like the little girl like walks out of the TV, I'm still terrified of that happening. So I had like a flashback from middle school when I watched that. And my coffee's kicking in if you can't tell. And yeah, she scared me pretty bad. Normally when she comes down the stairs, I hear her, I pause the recording, I tell her good morning and like all that stuff. But yeah, yesterday I did not hear her at all and scared me pretty badly. But I'm glad many of you guys enjoyed seeing her in there. I'll feature her in a video or maybe a live stream sometime soon. She's pretty shy, but has her funny moments for sure. And also Daniel Alexander, who just left this comment, also cash apped me $25 yesterday and said, "It's nice out. Get the baby girl some ice cream," which first off, bro, that's very generous of you. You did not have to do that, but seriously, thank you. And second, I had to take you up on that. So I went out and got her some Andy's frozen custard last night. You can see the photo up right now. She wanted cookie dough and Oreos in there, and she got her wish. Seriously, thanks so much for that, man. You did not have to do that. And Simon Gill super thanked me $5 yesterday. There's a button called like super thanks, and you can leave like comments and money, which is cool. I don't ever expect it, but $5 said, "Great job, Cole. Keep it up." So seriously, thank you. I appreciate that a ton. And for those of you who were here yesterday, when you heard me read this comment from BB, they said they would like to live in my beard, and I said that would be acceptable if they paid my salary. Well, they responded yesterday and said, "I will live in your beard. I will pay your rent, and I will pay your salary." So not only is this individual going to pay my salary, but they're going to pay my mortgage as well. So I sent this person my Cash App, basically saying, "Pay up, sucker." And once the money comes in, I will begin the moving process, contact U-Haul, and all that good stuff. And I'll definitely keep you updated on all of that. Make sure to leave a comment below to potentially be featured in the next video. Sub for more daily news like this. And check out this video here from yesterday where we talk about Trent McDuffie getting stolen from the Buffalo Bills and much more. And until next time, let's go. How about those